many of you read Sports Illustrated? I've always been a fan because their writing is phenomenal, but this week really grabbed my attention. This is the cover. The entire thing is about Title IX. Are you familiar with Title IX? Let me give you a little read of what Title IX is. It's about equality in girls' sports, and this is the highlight. No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. Title IX was passed shortly before I was born, so close to 40 years ago. It was passed in June of 1972. And it's such an important law that Sports Illustrated has dedicated the better part of this entire edition to Title IX. There are more than 10 stories, 10 articles on Title IX and how far women's sports have come, girls' sports have come, and ultimately the changes that still need to be made. But you know who plays sports in my family? Not me. I've never been a tremendous athlete. My husband is a tremendous athlete, and he has passed that on to both of my children, my son and to my daughter. And it's amazing to me as I read these articles and I think, wow, my daughter has all of these opportunities, not only because of Title IX, but because she has a father who advocates for her. Because so many of these changes came about because so many men wanted to pursue these opportunities for their daughters, and they were frustrated that their daughters weren't being given the same opportunities as some of their boy counterparts. And it's amazing when you look at all of the changes that have happened. When you think about that 1972, 1973 time frame, you're talking about, 12 times more boys played high school sports back in the 1972, 1973 time frame, and then you hit 2010, and it's only 29% more boys play. So of course there are still changes that need to be made, and coaches' salaries aren't the same, and the commitment to women's sports isn't the same. But studies have shown that girls that play sports have a greater level of self-confidence, they get better grades, they have better rates of graduation, and they're less likely to have unplanned pregnancy, less likely to fall under the spell of drugs or alcohol. All in all, sports and teams are good for them, so this is something that I love that my daughter's pursuing. Again, still changes that need to be made. There is no Olympic softball team. My daughter, whose best sport right now is softball, there is no Olympic softball team anymore. But, the Atlanta Olympic Games was what really launched the WNBA. So all of these changes have been made. But again, still so many dads out there pushing for changes that need to be made. And there's one stat that I read that was amazing to me, that if a girl doesn't participate in sports by the age of 10, there's only a 10% chance that she will participate in a sport by the age of 25. What changes do you think still need to be made? And do you have girls that play sports? And, do you encourage them to play sports? I wasn't a big athlete. It just wasn't my forte. And, these things, girls that play sports, great, but I love the opportunity. I love that the opportunity is there for my daughter. And I have to tell you, I'm reading this and I'm such a sap. I was teary-eyed as I was reading all this. Oh my gosh, just because I love that there are not only so many more opportunities for women than there were years ago, but I love that there are so many dads advocating for their daughters. So you tell me, what changes do you think still need to be made in women's athletics?